Okay, folks, back with night number 2. Almost identical conditions. It's snowing a little bit, so the roads are wet as opposed to last night, it was dry. Tonight, what I'm going to do is try it with climate control on auto climate control for 22 degrees, with the seat still on and the steering wheel heater still on. I'll show you what the settings are. Okay, so as you can see, 111 kilometers of range, once again, just like before. The temperature's a little bit different. It was -1 last night. I think -1 or 1, I forget. But it's 2 degrees tonight, so it's a little bit warmer. Like I said, the steering wheel heater is on. And then coming over here, 100% of range, 111 kilometers. Level 2 for the heated seats. Driver only, right down there. And I'm going to put the auto on. As you can see, it's 22 degrees. That's what it's set for. The range went down right away from 111 to 105, so I've lost 6 kilometers right off the bat. So let's see what happens. Okay, it's snowing a little bit more. I'm just about getting on the highway. Same info as last night, 5.6 kilometers from home. I'm getting on the highway. My range is down to 100 kilometers now, so it was at 105, so and that makes sense, 5 kilometers just like last night. 95% for the battery. Interesting, the heat is on, the climate control is set for 22, and the battery consumption is the exact same as last night. 95% is where it's at, because I remember that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, last night I did an experiment in this same kind of fashion. Here, you know what? I'll put a link right in the video. It's snowing, so we're going a little bit slower, so I don't know if that's gonna skew the test at all anyway, but roads are clear, they're wet, they're damp, but they're not snow covered. But still, people are doing like, I mean, I'm doing 90, I'm at 95 now, I'm almost up to 100. So interesting note too, it was 2 degrees showing in my driveway when I was leaving. Now it's 0 degrees, so it's almost identical temperature as last night. The only difference is the wet roads and the snow. So that's the only different factor that's going to be tonight compared to last night. Oh, and I do want to mention, I forgot to mention, the car, just like last night, was preheated at 22 degrees before I got in the car. So it's already warmed up. When I hit the auto climate control, it didn't kick in and substantially like have to warm up the car. The car was already warm. That may be a reason why that the 95% is still the same as it was last night. I'm going to check the consumption right now. The climate consumption for energy right now is at 0.9 kilowatts. So under 1 kilowatt, just under 1 kilowatt. So it's not blaring heat in here. Okay guys, just getting off the highway now. Here's the data. 77% battery left. We're coming up to 33.6 kilometers, so exactly the same. 78 kilometers of range left, but let me show you something. 82 kilometers of range if you have the climate off. Like I said, it's been on the whole entire time, but if the climate was off, it would be 82. Very interesting numbers. Of note, the climate consumption for just the onboard climate hasn't changed. It's been around 0.9, 0.85. It's below basically 1 kilowatt. So it hasn't changed on the highway at all. And the roads are still clear. Snowing lightly. The roads are wet, as you saw in the video, but it's clear. So those 33 kilometers traveled so far with 82 if the climate was off, even though it's on. Hey, just like last night, it equals 115. Very interesting results. Like I said, the climate's been on at 22, a comfortable 22 the whole entire time, and everything seems to be identical as last night's. Okay folks, we are here. Interesting results. Like I said earlier, we finished with 71 kilometers of range left. That's with the climate on. It hasn't been off, but as you know, with a Kia Soul EV, the system here will show you what kilometers you have if the climate was off, and it says 74. That number is very familiar because that's the exact same number as last night. Move over to the battery. 69%. Exactly the same number as last night. 45 kilometers was the distance we traveled. Listen, folks, everything is exactly the same. Let's see what the consumption was. Interesting. The consumption last night, if I remember correctly, was 19.2 kilowatts an hour per 100 kilometers. Tonight, it's 20.6 kilowatts per hour per 100 kilometers. So it's higher by almost 1.5, but everything else is the same. 74 kilometers left. I thought it would be less. Battery, we didn't use any more energy than we did last night. The battery is exactly the same at 69%. And the energy consumption was still more. Very interesting. Well, that's it, folks. Like I said, if you're watching this video and you're confused of what's going on, look at the video that we did just the night before. I'll put a link right up here, and you can check that out. And then when you see that video, you'll understand what we're talking about. So thanks for watching. If you like all this kind of stuff with the Soul EV or any kind of EV vehicles or anything like that, that kind of techie stuff and motor vehicles, subscribe and keep watching. And if you like this video and this comparison thing, give it a thumbs up for me. Until then, we'll see you next time, folks.